brought to you by Mercury Insurance. I'm Kirsten Watson alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., James Loney, and guys, the Dodgers have salvaged this series. They picked up the win tonight, 5-2, with an excellent team show out, Jerry.
We talked about it before the game. This was a must-win. They had to be able to split this series, especially at home. Great job led by Emmett Sheehan, the pitching staff. Dodgers swung the bat, scored enough runs. We always talk about at least 5 runs to win a ball game. They did just that. Once again, Dodgers starting to play good baseball.
Jerry, we know you've been here for a long time now. We know the guys are listening to you in the clubhouse for the must-win, and glad they could come through tonight. Emmett Sheehan threw a great game. The 2 hits he gave up weren't even hit that hard. So great command by him all night. And for the bullpen to not give up any hits, outstanding job.
It truly was outstanding, but it started with Will Smith. Of course, his first time batting leadoff in his major league career. He is inside as the player of the game with David Vassay.
All right, Will, you said it was just another at-bat. First game leading off, and you really stole the thunder there, hitting a home run. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt good. Just trying to be like Show. Leading off with a homer, but yeah, just another AB.
When you're up there in that situation, you have no chance to see what Roop has. You're the first guy to face him. How does that change as far as the way you're going about the at-bat?
It didn't, honestly. You know, it was just another, leading off the inning, basically, just leading off the game. We know what pitches he's got. We know it works for him, what he's trying to do out there. So, yeah, just putting together a good at-bat, picking the right pitch to swings at, and, putting the bat on the ball.
The biggest thing is you guys have been playing from behind a lot lately. To even get a 1-0 lead, how big was that to change kind of the vibe in the dugout and give Emmett even 1 run to work with?
Yeah, he pitched so well tonight. But, yeah, just jump out ahead. Not feel like we're clawing back. They did a good job tying it up, but we were able to respond right away and get the win.
Do you feel like Dave's going to keep you in the leadoff spot tomorrow night in Anaheim?
I have no idea. We'll see.
Hey, when you're the DH, too, you have time for antics like putting gum in Yamamoto's hoodie, too.
See that? I got 8 in there. Yeah, exactly. He has no idea.
Thanks for stopping. Congratulations.
Thanks.
There he goes. Hey, Will Smith, I like the free and easy DH leadoff hitter.
Thank you, as always, David. And look, when you see what Will Smith can do, setting the tone, but obviously usually we're seeing him behind the plate catching. Tonight it was Dalton rushing. But what were you guys seeing from Emmett Sheehan? Because if it wasn't Will on the offense setting the tone, it was very much the pitching, and Emmett did just that with 6 innings of work tonight.
I love the start he had against the Braves. He really could have pitched deeper in the ball game, but obviously situation really didn't dictate at the time. But he carried that start into this start. He had command of all his pitches. Outstanding fastball, especially that riding fastball to go along with a cambio and breaking ball. Throwing strikes, there's that slider again. It makes it look like a fastball. That's why he gets swing and miss. And there's that running fastball away from the left-handed batter. Outstanding job staying from the middle of the plate. And James, you said it earlier, even the hits that he gave up were soft contact. So good to see him really find his groove on the mound. And this is the Emmett Sheehan we saw last year.
Yeah, I mean, he got 6 ground outs tonight. He was keeping the ball down. Right there, that was a curveball, actually. It popped up a little bit, 2-2 pitch. But we've seen that. We've seen him change speed so well. And I think, you give a lot of credit to Will Smith, right? You trust the game plan. Emmett's a young pitcher. Will's been around now. He knows these hitters. So for him to go out there and trust that game plan, execute the pitches, and also when he's throwing that fastball, like I said, it's got so much life on it. That slider, like you said, it looks like a fastball out of the hand. It almost even has like a cutter spin on it sometimes. It's hard. It's powerful.
Hard to pick up.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up, and he's just getting weak contact.
Emmett Sheehan's been working through a few things mechanically, and it seems like now things are aligned. His rhythm is in sync, and he's truly that directional guy who's found his way. Let's go back inside, though, and check in with Steven Nelson and Oral Hershiser, who had the call tonight, for a little bit of a game recap.
Back-to-back wins for the Dodgers to finish the homestand. They salvage a split, and I think both games, Oral, all facets chipped in, and so the team, the whole clubhouse has got to feel good going to Anaheim.
Yeah, if you have 2 solid departments and 1 elite department, and the pitching was the elite department, you get it done, especially against the San Francisco Giants. It's really good, to see them step back up after losing 4 in a row and get it done. Everybody was saying, don't worry, long season. Don't worry, we'll turn it around. Well, guess what? They backed up the don't worry.
So they're back in first place and now going to embark on a 3-city, 9-game road trip.
Yeah, and you start out with the Angels, but then the Padres are behind it. So you think, oh, you know what? A trap series? I don't think it's going to be a trap series because of what the Giants did to them in the first couple of games. I think they're going to go into Anaheim and go, this is a team we should beat, and let's get it done.
And they'll have a hungry Blake Snell on the mound for the opener. He didn't like how his season debut went. He will start the series tomorrow at the Big A. We'll see you there.
Thank you, as always, gentlemen. Well, let's get right into this highlight. This team was able to pick up the win tonight. What'd you see?
I love the fact that he continues to pound the strike zone. Great job of throwing strikes. And we talk about commanding the strike zone, getting ahead. We're going to the K zone and break down Emmett Sheehan. 20 first pitch strikes. Talk about attacking the strike zone. He did that tonight. And when you have first pitch strikes, you're able to do a masterful job of getting ahead, getting strike one, and be able to wipe them away with 2 strikes with that breaking ball or that elevated fastball.
I don't know, Jerry. You said it all for me. I think, like you said, the command. I think he's been watching a lot of the starting pitchers, too. I think he's seeing Shohei use that breaking ball. Yamamoto use that off speed. He's like, you know what? This slider is so tight for me. I can make it look like a fastball, good on the outside part of the corner. And he's trusting that. A lot of times you see young pitchers, they try to either overthrow it or they don't really try to throw it for a strike. They try to get a lot of swing and miss. He's throwing it for strikes. He's getting weak contact. And then, that's what's making him successful right now.
That's what got him through 6 innings of work and probably a really big confidence booster with this outing. David Vassay is inside with the rest of the media, and he spoke with Emmett Sheehan after the start.
How did you feel out there? It seemed like the slider was working for you early. Was that a big part of why you were so successful tonight?
Yeah, I think that was part of the game plan for sure, was to, hopefully throw some strikes with the slider and fastball, fill it up, and make decisions. A couple I would have wanted back, but yeah, I felt good.
You got a lot of 2 strikes tonight. What was the key to doing that and getting ahead, not only getting ahead, but getting 2 strikes on so many hitters?
I think just mixing, keeping them off balance. Rush called a great game, and Mark put together a really good game plan. But, yeah, I got to do a better job at putting them away at 2 strikes, I think.
Usually you see catchers try to calm a pitcher down or help them get their emotions in check. There was a scene in the dugout in the 4th inning where you go over to Rushing to try to, help him out after a tough at-bat. What did you say, and why did you feel like that was needed?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was frustrated, obviously, with his at-bat, and I just wanted to let him know, he's good and we still got work to do.
How about recovering after Jung-Hoo Lee's inside the park home run? How were you able to recalibrate there?
Yeah, it's just one of those where you just got to wipe it and go on to the next guy. Yeah.
And as you continue throughout the season and work on sustaining the velo, what are other things that you've seen that you felt have really worked for you?
I think it's a few things, just being more consistent with mechanics. Our strength coach, Eric Yavarone, had a really good idea, so we worked on that this week, and just keeping it up through the outing.
Were you pretty encouraged? I mean, I think this was the most consistent your velo has been this season. Were you encouraged by that?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have that later in starts. It's pretty important to maintain it, so yeah, I felt good about it. It was kind of just a drill, med ball drill that we would do, and he had the idea to try it in between innings during the game, so it's a really good idea, and I think that helped.
Is that to help your mechanics stay online to be able to maintain?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Did you feel like you were falling a little bit less to the first base side and had a more consistent delivery here?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's kind of a byproduct of a couple other issues that were going on, so fix those and then the direction gets better.
What did you learn? I mean, this was a long series, 4-game series. What did you learn about their hitters in the first 3 that you kind of took with you tonight?
Yeah, it was nice to get to watch 3 righties go up against the lineup. Obviously, we all have pretty different stuff, so, I mean, I don't throw an 88-mile-an-hour sweeper like Shohei, but, it was good to get those, see those reps before I got out there to face them.
For Emmett Sheehan, it's clear that this was probably his best start he's had of the regular season. And now that's 2 positive back-to-back starts. If you look at the Braves one and now this one, we know that Tyler Glass now is on the IL dealing with a back spasm, but he's continuing to get better. But they're going to give him time to recover and rest. What type of opportunity does that allow for someone like Emmett Sheehan, who's now getting back on track?
I love the fact that he's gotten better. and he did not allow his first couple starts to get the best. As we all know, the back, you don't want that to flare up again. So when he does come back, whether it's 15 days from now, a couple more weeks after that, make sure he's okay. We got a couple horses that can still get outs in this rotation.
Yeah, I think we've seen it with this organization a lot, right? The guy gets hurt and then the guy comes back, right? There's always this timing aspect to it. So yeah, this gives, Glasnow time to get better, get healthy, doesn't need to rush. That's been the theme of this team the last few years. And I feel like Emmett Sheehan has proved that he can go deep into the game, right? He's shown that he's been efficient enough to go 7th, 8 innings, whatever, he needs to down the stretch. And guess what? If Glasnow comes back, maybe Emmett goes to the pen and be like a long relief guy, right? Maybe you give your starters some rest sometimes. You pull them 5-6 innings. Maybe Emmett Sheehan throws 2 or 3 innings. I don't know what's going to happen. But we've got the depth. We've got that length in our rotation and in our bullpen. So you can mix and match if you need to. But he did show you the last 2 starts that you can give Glasnow time.
The one thing I do, and James, you know this too, this is a long season. We worry about that when that comes. Whenever Tyler Glasnow is ready to go, we'll worry about that because a lot of things happen and can happen between now and 2 weeks from now.
Absolutely.
So we say it all the time, you can never have enough pitching, especially at the big league level. So Emmett Sheehan, Justin Robleski, everybody else in that rotation, just continue doing your job. Let the chips fall where they may.
And it's been clear that whether it's Emmett Sheehan or even Roki Sasaki, those 2 in specific have now gotten back on track and really finding their stride in the rotation. All right, now it wasn't all just them. Alex Call